Tottenham fans. Tottenham have another home game tomorrow in the Champions League versus Copenhagen. But Spurs have massive problems before that game. As usual, Spurs have got more knocks to certain players as well. And we could have 11 players missing. Also, Vicario spoke about the fans and what they can do to help the team. Also, I'll talk about Chavy Simmons and how I think he will get better. And talk about Frank as well, how I think he's not actually a pragmatic manager. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that has contributed to this channel. It's really much appreciated. So, Spurs may have 11 players missing. I think it's 12 actually. Let me just count them out. So we've got Radu Dragushin's not going to be available till after the international break. Kota Takai the same. That's 2. Ben Davis, that's 3. East Basuma 4. Archie Gray 5. James Maddison 6. Dejan Kulusevski 7. Dominic Solanke 8. Matisse Tell is unavailable because he's not registered in the squad. 9. Jed Spence and Mohamed Kudus are both got knocks, so they may not make the game tomorrow, by the way. So that's 10, 11. And Bergvoll's currently going through, when he got a head injury, a concussion protocol, which has to last 48 hours. Then he needs to be assessed after that 48 hours. If after that 48 hours they are not happy, then he cannot play the game either, which means we will have 12 players unavailable for the game against Copenhagen, which is absolutely insane. Why does this keep happening? Why do we keep getting injuries? Why do we keep having so many players out? Do we bring them in injury prone? Half the time we don't. Most of the time they come in with a good injury record. Takai has never been injured in his life, and he comes in and he's never played for us yet. So it can't be that. So there's something more deeper into it. Is it the too many games during into a season? I think it could be something to do with that. Playing 3 times sometimes in 7 days. Also playing intense games as well. You're playing Champions League and you're playing Premier League, and it was the same last season. It's been going on for 3 years, by the way. So it even happened when we wasn't in Europe. So that could scratch that off too. So what is it? What is actually making these players drop down like flies? It's really frustrating. We're never going to be to the level we want to be at if we can't keep our players fit. Now, I know injuries are inevitable and I know they will happen, but we've got to draw the line somewhere. I know a lot of teams get injuries, they do, but ours always seem to be long term. We seem to say, oh, so-and-so's got a knock and he's out for 3 months. Kulusevski's long-term, Maddison's long-term, Takai's been long-term, Dragushin's been long-term, Solanke's been long-term. I said Maddison already, but it's absolutely insane. Like, there's a lot of long-term injuries. I'm hoping the luck with this actually improves in time, because like I said, we're not going to get to that top level. If you've got to play twice a week and you can't rotate, you're not going to be able to have the intensity every single game. Is almost impossible. And the same problem we had last season, but we had the luxury last season of being able to play the kids in the Europa League. There's no chance of doing that with the Champions League now. So Vicario was speaking about the fans, and he said maybe we could have done better if the fans helped us. That's what he was saying. So a lot of people misconstrued that and said that he was having a go at the fans, and he was saying it was the fans' fault. That's not what he was saying. He was saying that when times are down, basically we need you guys, the fans, to build us back up again, to try and make us play better. But my opinion on this is a bit of both. The fans pay so much money to go and watch these games. They stand there in the freezing cold watching a performance that is dreadful. It's very hard for them to be up for cheering for your side when every pass goes wayward and no passes are going forward, negative football going backwards. And I'm only really speaking about the Chelsea game here. And because that was when the most boos were. I do believe if you boo the side, though, it's not going to improve them. All it's going to do is make them more nervous, and it's just going to make them play worse. But it's a bit of both. The team has to give the fans something to cheer about. They have to just show passion, show desire, show work rate, show bravery on the ball, especially. Play the ball forward is the minimum requirement we're asking for. So if the players want the fans to cheer them, you need to turn up. I understand what it's like to be a fan and sit there and watch a drab game. I went to the Bournemouth game this season. I didn't boo. I've never booed the team. I never will. But there was boos there. And there was a lot of groaning even after half an hour because Bournemouth completely dominated us and controlled the whole game from minute one. And it was the same against Chelsea, but worse. So I understand the frustrations of the fans, but my opinion, the players need to give us something. You know, they have to give us something. Before you say we need help from the fans, you need to give us something to cheer about too. I think it's a bit of both. We both need to help each other. Now, regarding Xavi, there's been a lot of stick about Xavi, a lot of it. I'm on Twitter now as well, and I'm on that quite a lot. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. But there's a lot going on about Xavi, and I think at the last few games, he's not been terrible. His work rate is really, really good. He works really hard for the side. It was just when he's got the ball and he's running forward and he's got three players ahead of him and it's like a 4-on-2 situation or 4-on-3, and it's happened a couple of times now. He turns around and passes it back, and I think that's where the big groans are coming from the fans. And that shows me massively that his confidence is really, really low. He needs to find a way to bring the confidence out. There was even memes going around that he was compared to Timo Werner. Now, seriously, Timo Werner, if you're getting compared to him, then there's problems. I do not think for a second he'll end up like Timo Werner. I do honestly believe that Xavi will excel in this league. He's new to the country, new manager, new team, new surroundings. He's only 22 years old. There's a lot to take in for a new player. And he's undoubtedly got serious talent. He was in the Barcelona academy as well. And out in Germany, he was ripping it up. It's not like he hasn't got the talent. He has. But the last thing we want is for him to never have confidence like Timo Werner. Timo Werner suffered with the same thing. And if he doesn't end up gaining that confidence, it could be a long, long season for him. But I honestly believe once we get our attack sorted out and our passages of play are a lot better, our patterns of play are better, he's got players ahead of him making runs into spaces better, and the team are clicking more, you'll see Xavi click more. I honestly believe that. You know, he's getting surrounded by... Even opposition must think something of him, because when he gets the ball, he gets surrounded by players straight away. So they must know he can do things and he can create problems if you give him the time and space. He's just got to find a way to find his own time and space and stop dilly-dallying on the ball. That's his biggest problem at the moment. He thinks he's got more time than he has, and he does something nice and then gets shoved off the ball because he doesn't see the other guy coming. I do believe he'll definitely become a really solid player for us. I do believe in him, and I think he will be a good player. He's just got a lot of work to do, but it takes time. It really, really does. Now, there's a lot of other stuff going on as well. Thomas Frank is too pragmatic. He's boring. He doesn't know how to play attacking football. All of that is false. Just last season with Brentford, with one of the lowest wage structures and one of the lowest transfer fees paid for players, he got his team to score 66 goals. Now, a lot of people said, yeah, but he had Wissa, he had Mbeumo, he had Sade. Do you think those three players were any good when they first came to Brentford? He was signing them for $5 million apiece. They were unknown names, and it took him a couple of seasons to get them to where they are now. So they were not better players when he signed them, but they became better players when they did. So he is an attacking manager, but he likes to make his team solid first. I don't want to mention him, but look at Arteta. The first thing he did was strengthen his defence, strengthen his midfield, and then lastly he strengthened his strike force. And now it seems to be all coming together, unfortunately. Hopefully City still win the league, or Liverpool do, and then Arsenal come second. But he did make it stable first. He made them solid at the back and then built from there. And I think Frank's doing the same thing. It's going to take a very long time. A very long time. This isn't a few months job. This is a season, maybe 2 seasons before you see the total best from Thomas Frank. I'm willing to be patient. I'm willing to wait as long as it takes. I know having an XG of 0.05 in a derby against Chelsea is very, very frustrating. If you watched my video about it, then you would have known that I was very, very, very annoyed with that game. But it takes time, and when you look back on it and you look at it logically, you know that you can't just keep putting pressure on him to deliver straight away, because it's not going to happen. Let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video. Thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs.